Nation of Fit in 10, welcome to day 52 of the challenge. Day 52, 18 days to go. And I'm going to get right back into your feedback here. So let's do that. I'm going to reread yesterday's question. Could you please comment on long-term consequences of calorie deficit in someone like myself with relatively low body fat? So I'm going to stop the question there. Well, actually, no, maybe I'll just read the rest of it. Should I be concerned about effects on thyroid function, metabolism, and perhaps rebounding? Accelerated fat gain and maintenance. So just to reiterate with this person specifically, and in terms of the numbers that you have, there would not be a concern because your calories are actually quite high, and we're continuing to climb those calories up higher. And of course, you are still losing some level of body fat, which is very interesting, which means we could conceivably add more calories to your daily regime, which we will do. I would not be concerned with the amount of calories that you're having right now, because you're having for your level of lean body mass, I would say you're still having a really good amount of calories. And for those of you watching this video who didn't write me this question, right, which is basically all of you, this person is a leaner female who wants to gain more lean mass. Okay, so her calories have been going the other way, and we've been doing this reverse dieting, which I'm going to get to here in a second. It's kind of reverse dieting. It's not reverse dieting with her. It's in this. I just didn't want to give her too many calories, and all of a sudden we have her walk in and she's starting to gain fat or whatever. So we didn't want that. But she's certainly getting a lot more calories than anybody else in this program. So, I mean, for everything considered, right? The question continues. I've heard reference to diet, cycling, reverse dieting, in bodybuilding culture, and not sure if this would apply to me, or whether it's supported by scientific evidence. Okay, so I don't really know how much scientific evidence there is. Some out there, but in the bodybuilding culture, it is very common, and in fact, I apply it to your exit strategy in the challenge. I do some reverse dieting. Well, depending on how you did in the challenge, taking an individual who did, let's not go into the details right now, but did, fairly well in the challenge or very well in the challenge, I will reverse diet them. I will slowly add calories, or this is what I will suggest that they do. I will slowly add calories in as the weeks go on in a very tapering type trend. And as I mentioned yesterday, it's really about, when it comes to, if you're really concerned with your lean body mass and overall your body composition, so let's say you want to build lean muscle mass, or at least you want to maintain it, and you want to keep your body fat levels low, and you'd like to eat more food, then I am for sure going to recommend that you undulate your calories, right? You take your calories up, take them down, take them up, take them down, go through periods of digging, and then perhaps, taking your calories up. And what the hope with this would be over time is that you'll be able to handle more calories. So in fact, you'll be able to get leaner on more calories. All right, and this makes the dieting process way easier. In the realm of dieting as a whole, that's the whole diet culture that's been around for God knows how long. Let's say in Western society, let's call it, probably been pretty popular since the 70s. It is usually the opposite of this, right? It's like, it really is like how little calories can you eat? And this is a mistake, right? This is a mistake. This is not going to be in your interest long term if you're trying to maximize your body composition. you're only going to lose lean body mass, and you're only going to teach your body to be more energy efficient. And that's not what we want. Generally, we want the opposite of that. We want lean body mass. We want to be strong. We want to be functional. And even if you don't, okay, let's just put that aside. Say you don't care about losing it. Well, you're still going to lose a lot of, directly speaking, you're going to lose some of that energy inefficiency by loss of lean mass, but you're also going to lose energy inefficiency. That is, you're going to become more energy efficient by the body essentially taking various metabolic processes and making those more energy efficient. And so what it's going to mean is over time, you're going to need less calories, even less calories to get the same kind of fat loss. And this is typically what we tend to see with people when they yo-yo diet it's the opposite of what I said with reverse dieting. It is that the calories will end up undulating just by sheer frustration. That's what will happen. Out of hunger and frustration, calories will undulate, and over time, it takes less calories to get the same results. This is not where we want to be. This is a very, very frustrating scenario, and the data just shows us that this will only lead to people getting fatter over time. This is why generally people say diets don't work. People just get fatter off of diets. Well, it depends on what you mean by diet, and it depends on, how you go about it. So, again, there's a couple, avenues you might take out of this. And, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people, when they leave the challenge, I don't think they are monitoring their calories, and certainly not as rigorously as they are in the challenge. Of course, we still have people that do it. As I mentioned, Catherine that came in last week. But if you are serious about it, I highly recommend it. Okay. If you just, want to set some good base standards, and, like I said, if you stick with things like eating real whole food and getting protein every single meal, a real protein strong food every meal, that in and of itself is going to make a massive difference. That in itself will be a game changer. But at the end of the day, you have to institute, if you're serious about your body composition, you have to institute some framework that you abide by. There's just, if you just want to let everything slide and just kind of hope for the best, no, you got to have some rules, okay? Anyways, I don't want to get too much into the weeds here, but yes, reverse dieting works. In your case, we're not even there yet. We're still trying to take those calories up. That being said, to this person, I have not seen your food for a while. So, and we talked about this already, but just so everybody else out there can hear it, I don't know if you're actually having 1,900 calories a day, which is what this person's having. You might be having less. I don't know. I have to see. So there's no sense in me taking your calories higher if we're not there yet, right? And I don't know this. So we want to take a look at that and explore that. But that's between you and myself. Of course, everybody knows. But they don't know who you are. So, but maybe they'll guess. But who cares, really? All right. Maybe that's not fair for me to say. Forgive me. Learning so much from this process and so appreciative of your support and expertise. Even my results just after a few weeks are testament to how knowledgeable you are and how effective your programming is. Can't thank you enough. Thank you very much. That really means a lot. And if I can help people and teach them, actually, honestly, I really hope that this program is at least to some degree a teaching, a program where you walk away with some knowledge in your pocket that you can utilize to, help yourself moving forward. And that's really what it's about, more than anything. I really want to empower people. I realize it's not the best business strategy, but I also think there's a lot of people out there who probably need help. So, all right, let's move along here. How am I doing? 9:44. All right, let's get the message of the day, I guess. There are some new entries in, so I'm happy about that. Please send me your feedback, by the way, www.trainonmain.com/fit and 10 check-in. It's in your macro email. Send me your feedback. All right, on this day 52, there are no losses. There are no losses. There are only lessons. All right, so, but as always, and you've heard me say this over and over again, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And if you realize you made a mistake, if you realize that, you need to make some changes or whatever, this is all part of the process. Part of the process is falling down. Part of the process is going through periods where you think you're not cut out for this. Part of the whole process is perhaps even self-sabotage, and then realizing it and then trying to figure out why you're doing this, and then working towards putting a stop to it, or at least working towards not making it so bad in the future. Right? It's always a process. We can't expect, as much as I'd like that to be the case, and as much as I, try to make this the case, I realize it's not realistic to, it's not Boolean, it's not off and on here. It's not switch on the switch, all right, everything's perfect moving forward. I realize that, and these what we might consider losses are, as the message of the day states, these are actually lessons that we can utilize to get better in the future. But the most important thing is to keep trying, right? Or else, I guess, these lessons become futile if we're not trying anymore. Okay, positive energy, positive vibes. Hopefully that made sense. Believe in yourself. And for the love of God, give some gratitude. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.